Well, hey everybody, it's Tom here. Welcome back to my shop. As you can see, I got my toboggan on. It is a cold November day. We had a cold front come through. I think the high is going to be about 36 degrees Fahrenheit. So a little bit chilly in the shop. Been pretty busy with job shop work. Haven't had a chance to film any of it. I apologize, but it's kind of one of those, work comes in, customers waiting on it. You got to get it out the door. On a couple of the projects, I had the customer actually sitting here waiting, so I couldn't tell them, hey, let me take 3 times as long to make this because I need to film it for YouTube. That's not going to fly, right? But did have a job come in the door from a local sawmill. So I've got a shaft that they want me to do a little repair, I guess you could say, or actually we're adding something to it. So let me take you over to the workbench and show you what we got. So here's the shaft. Not exactly sure what the application is. He explained it, but I don't totally understand it. It does something to do with the way I think the saw tilts or something. Not 100% sure. Anyway, so this collar here, there's a bearing that rides on it. And it's got this slide fit, but it's moving around on them. So they want it to stay stationary like this. So what they wanted me to do is drill a hole, tap it, and what we do is we build basically kind of a washer to go over this, and it would prevent this from coming off. Should be a straightforward job, but of course, there's always got to be a twist. Here's the hardness files. Here's Rockwell 60. And it just skates off the shaft. Here's 65. And I can kind of mark it barely, but it doesn't grab. You can see it skates. So this thing is super hard. So I told the customer, there's no way I'm going to be able to conventionally drill and tap it. It'd laugh at my taps. We can hopefully run some carbide through here and drill a hole. Doesn't have to be super deep. And then I think either, I don't know, I'm debating whether JB Weld, some 609 Loctite, or maybe silver solder it, or worst case, we could weld it. Because since there's no way to thread it, we can't put a bolt in there. We'd basically just put a rod, and then we could put a nut on the top, kind of like a stud. So that would take care of that. And like I said, then we could just have to build a big washer to go over whatever this diameter is here. So fairly easy, depending on how difficult it is to get a hole in this thing. So they'd like it back, but it's not a rush job, so I figured I could try to get a video of it. So let's take it over to, I guess, the Monarch lathe. It should be able to chuck it up in that and try to put a hole in it. Well, let's give it a shot. Good thing is we don't need too big of a hole. We don't have to go too deep. So I got a 4-flute 3/8 carbide end mill. Let's just see if we'll have any success or not. Got a little bit of a run out on that shaft there. This ain't spinning super true. Come in easy, I guess. Yeah, maybe. Alright, I'll take it. Let's see if we can get in about half an inch or so. It'd be nice. I don't know if you can see the chips from where you're at. So it just may be hardened on the surface. Looks like the inside shaft is actually soft, so that's a good thing. We might be able to tap it. Well, that went way easier than I thought, so that's a good thing. Didn't fight me. See if I can get it out there. Oh, she's a little stout girl here. So, well, you guys can see that. So it's about 1/2 inch deep or so, roughly. On to making the retaining washer. You can see my paper aided drawing here. So it's going to be, hopefully you guys can see that, it's going to be recessed in here. Hold it like this. So basically this face of the washer will go up against this face of the, I don't know, whatever you want to call this, a race maybe, right there. And then of course then this face will go against here. So it should go in and hold her about right there. So simple dimensions, and of course the hole in the middle correspond to the hole we just made. Let me go out and get a piece of 3-inch stock and we'll get started. Found a piece of 1018, 3-inch in diameter. Already got a hole in the middle a little bit, so do is just clean this face up so we'll get a starting point. I think what I'll do is we'll bore out the center first, and then we'll do the OD. So. Half-inch end mill, give us a nice flat bottom to start off. So right now I'm just enlarging this hole so we can get a decent sized boring bar in there. Chew some material out. Gotta do it gingerly with this real small one. Rinse and repeat. Should be it to our final depth and ID. The dimensions aren't really tight in this project. I'm just trying to keep it probably ±5, but it could probably be even more looser than that. Up the carriage, get ready to pull it back. Clean up that inner side there. That should be it. Oh yeah. That'll work out just right. Guess we'll go ahead and take the OD down, and then we'll break a couple inches, and then punch a 3/8 hole. And this cap or washer or whatever you want to call it will be done. I'm just whittling down the OD. are there. It's about 4 thou under, so it's 2 thou on the radius. Should slip over nicely. Let's just go ahead and break this outer edge while we got it in here. Alright, I'm going to punch a hole. Nothing fancy about that. I won't film that. And then I'll get it out, get it over to saw. We'll cut this off, turn it around, and clean that face up. And this part will be done. I got chaos in the shop today. Ready, buddy? He's been trying hard to make me play fetch while I'm making this part. Hey, bud. Say hello, everybody on YouTube. Everybody like, how Chaos doing? Say you doing very well, aren't you? Got my toy, hanging out in the shop with my daddy. Life is good. Here's how the washer or cap, whatever you want to call it, came out. Didn't bother filming, facing it, and just, breaking a couple edges. Nothing spectacular there, but we got a good fit on the shaft. See? And then just the right height so everything will slip over onto there. That's what they wanted, having this thing basically centered up. Alrighty, I had to figure out the best way to retain a stud. So, still not decided on the route I want to go yet. So, let me think on it, and I'll bring you guys back when I decide. So, I'm going to Plan C. Plan A did not work, which was I tried the JB Weld. 900 psi strength. This stuff is good for filling in a damaged hole that you're doing a thread repair in, and you can't get a thread insert in it or something. So no fault of JB Weld. I probably would be better off, they got the 2-tube mix also for different applications. That probably would have been better. So this was a fail. And I tried silver solder and didn't really have much luck. I think the shaft is just so large I couldn't keep enough heat in it to try to melt that silver solder. So we're going to Plan C. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn this down to about 1.5 thou press fit and thread the top of it, and we'll have a nice snug press fit in this thing, and that should work. I don't believe there's a lot of lateral force against this. So this should work. Don't really want to go the welding route because the weld has to sit flush with the hole, which means I've got to chuck the shaft back up and then almost probably make the hole about 1/2 inch so I can get a full weld all the way around it. But then as soon as I strike up an arc on that first bit of hot molten weld, it's going to pull the stud. So I'm going to be fighting and try to have it, parallel perfectly straight up. So figured this would be the easiest route. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this thing turned down. I don't need to take off very much to get to our press fit dimension. Got it switched around, just turning this down to 375 so we can run a die on it. Let's get this thread cut. Put a little bit of this Hangster Furs Works really good. It's nice and sticky. It doesn't run off your work like regular oil does. Using my chuck here to get her started straight. Of course, you guys know that trick already, I think. Almost need 3 hands when you're getting it started. All right, we are done with this. Put it in the 5C collet block so I could hold it better. Now, got this turned down and got an edge broken here, help get it started in that bore. And got the other part threaded, so see you guys over at the press. So here's the little stud I made. I left a little extra threads just in case I mushroom this top, that way I can clean it off. So let's drive it home. Hopefully that's a good spot for you. My hand is gonna be in the way till I get it started. We're bottomed out. Nice. Alrighty, there you go. Threaded stud went in there just fine. She's held in really good. I called the customer to confirm, and he said, yeah, there's not a lot of force on there. You know, it's just to make sure this, since his bushing floats, it just doesn't want to come off. So he is happy that this is done. He's en route now. So slide that cap on that we made. And he said probably with a washer and a nut and we'll be good. So, sweet. Hope you guys enjoyed the short project, I guess you'd call it, maybe. Short for you guys, a little bit longer for me. You know, a couple things wanted to fight me on the way, but you know, it is what it is. So I'll, you know, try to get the videos out. Don't know when the next one will come out. Projects are coming in, but just depends if I can film them or not. So, you know, hey, that's job shop life, ain't it? Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Leave comments. Thumbs up are always appreciated. And we'll catch you later. See you guys. Bye.